Hi guys, it's Ashley. Tonight I want to participate in my friend Renee's tag of random Reborns 9 things I love about you tag. And I thought to myself, oh, I can do this tag and totally dress Emmett. I don't think that's going to be the case. But he's been in this for quite a few days now. I think it's a Ralph Lauren. It's velour, I think you would call it. Yeah, velour. And it's just this little striped all-in-one. It's very cozy, but the navy blue stripes making me a little bit nervous. So I wanted to change him into this new ducky outfit. This is a ducky hat from Gymboree and a ducky white jacket with a ducky footless romper, and I did want to powder him, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and do the tag at the same time, but we'll see what happens. I'm not that great at multitasking. I did write down the questions. There were a lot of them. Oh, there was 9 of them, and yeah, some of them were a little more in-depth, so I wanted to write out my answers. The first question is, most of us do not like to regret anything in life, but if there is a path you would have taken that you didn't, what would it be? It would probably be, for me, not going to college right out of high school. It's very difficult for me now to pursue education because I am the sole provider for 2 humans and 3 cats. I'm working, and it's very difficult to have all that responsibility of adulthood, supporting a family, having bills, and all sorts of things to worry about. You know, when you're right out of high school, you haven't started building your life with anybody yet, and you know, you have most people have very minimal bills and stuff like that. But when you've started accumulating debt and you've started, you know, paying rent and buying cars and having to support children or pets, it's very difficult to focus on yourself and your education and to find the time to go back to school. So I definitely feel like that's definitely a path I wish I pursued right from high school. I wish I had listened to, you know, the people that were guiding me, my parents, my grandparents, school counselors, teachers. I really wish I took their advice, but you know, when you're a kid and you're that close to freedom, some of us, I was just ready to fly. I was ready to start my life. I was ready to be done with school. And then you get to a certain point in life where you're like, dang, you know, if I'm ever going to get ahead, I need to educate myself. I need to take care of myself and gain knowledge. And it's really difficult to do so when you've already established, you know, a life. So that is one of my biggest regrets and paths that I wish I pursued. The next one is, do you like games? If so, what kind? What is your favorite game? I'm not really a game person. If you want to consider cards a game, I do enjoy playing cards. And different types of card games. Like, I really enjoy like a good game of Cards Against Humanity. You know, it's a really fun party game. It's kind of crude and rude party game, but it can be really, really fun. I have several packs of cards. It's a type of game, or like you can buy expansion packs of cards with different themes. And it's just a really fun party game. Not that I'm a huge partier or anything like that, but I definitely enjoy a good Cards Against Humanity. I'm not a computer game person. I'm not into video games, although my husband is. He loves video games and he loves computer games. I can tolerate them, but it's definitely not something that I want to do. So let's see. This question kind of had me stumped a little bit, so I'm sorry if I'm not answering it correctly, but I'm answering it from what I perceive to be the correct answer. Number 3, what is your favorite joyful fluff? Meaning following your bliss is the key to finding your purpose. What brings you joy, no matter how silly? So, something that brings me joy, just, one scenario that I experienced several times, is just sitting at the clinic that I work at and watching the children just have fun and be children. The clinic that I work at is an ABA facility for children that have autism and also different learning disabilities or behavioral disabilities, anxiety, depression, childhood trauma, and stuff like that. And I really just find joy in seeing all the interaction, between the children. I love hearing all the children laugh. I love seeing them, just those stressors that they have in their everyday life just not matter in the moment. I just love, it's just something that I really enjoy, just observing the children just be children. And a lot of these children, come because due to circumstance, they have a lot of adult responsibility and they have a lot of adult pressure, and they have to worry about things that children shouldn't have to worry about. They're struggling in so many different ways, whether it be from trauma or from a learning disability. A lot of these parents have really high expectations on these children, and they're really suffering. And it totally, it makes everything, just come together for me, just to see, what we're doing here, is amazing for these children. And it just kind of reassures, you may be having all these troubles in your life, but you're making a difference in these children's lives tremendously. So that is definitely something that brings me a lot of joy. Let's see. Oh, what is your biggest little pet peeve? So I kind of, I have a couple things. When somebody says something that they're going to do, or they make a commitment to something, and then they don't follow through with that commitment, that kind of really gets to me. And I understand, things happen and things come up, but, to not have an explanation, to not really, I don't know, it just really gets to me. I very rarely try to hold, if I say yes to something, or I make a commitment to something, or I'm expected to do something, I really do try my hardest to do it. And if I can't, I always try to make a point of hey, this isn't going to happen. This is the reason why, I just really can't stand, when somebody just completely ignores it and just yeah. Also, people that chew with their mouth open, that totally just like sends me over the edge. It's like, close your damn mouth. Also, people, this is just me being a little like obsessive here. People that don't clip their fingernails or that have dirty fingernails, that really like is a huge pet peeve of mine. That like I never understood, like, I don't know. I'm also a little obsessive about clipping my fingernails and toenails. But yeah, people that don't keep their nails nice and have them dirty, I don't. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. Ew. Sorry to have to talk about that. The next question is number 5. If you could make an unhealthy food healthy, what would it be? I was just talking to my friend June about this the other day because I was making Sunday gravy, and she's like, "What's Sunday gravy?" It's basically, you know, my grandmother always would call it Sunday gravy, but it's just spaghetti or pasta in a meat sauce. And I've tried making this recipe with ground turkey instead of beef, with zoodles instead of pasta, with spaghetti squash instead of pasta, and it just isn't the same. It's just not the same. I just wish it wasn't so unhealthy. But hey, I'm an Italian girl, so that's something that I will indulge in. I don't try to alter the recipe anymore because it's just, when you need it, you need it. And that's just how it is for me. Number 6 is, if you were stuck on an island and only had 3 foods that you could harvest for the rest of your life, what would it be? And for me, it would definitely be mangoes, bananas, and potatoes. I am a starch person. I like carbs. And I also really enjoy mangoes. It's like the one fruit. I had never had a mango until I met my husband. And he is Puerto Rican, and he loves mangoes. And I had never even tried a mango. And ever since I had my first mango, I eat mangoes all the time. I'm not going to say I eat them daily. I wish I could eat them daily. They can be kind of expensive. But yeah, and bananas. I love bananas. And potatoes, just because girls gotta have her potatoes. So, number 7. If you could change one thing within yourself, something that you think holds you back, what would it be? Something that holds me back that I wish I could change is to not let people's opinions of me affect me, especially knowing that, you know, I know in my head these people don't know me. They don't even know a fraction of me. It really puts me in a bad headspace. I suffer pretty bad from migraines, and you know, that stress like that really triggers me to, you know, to spiral into like this migraine episode. I really need to not let people's opinions affect me unless those people actually mean something to me and are a part of my life, obviously. But yeah, I've struggled with this, you know, pretty much my entire life. So yeah, I need to get those obsessive thoughts out of my head. You know, it doesn't matter. It's causing me stress, and, you know, yeah. Especially when it's like something I'm very passionate about. I don't handle the negative feedback well, and that's something that I wish, you know, I didn't hold on to. Let's see. Number 8, what is your superpower? Oh, my superpower. If I could pick anything, it's my ability to make people laugh. And that's definitely, I think, a superpower that I do have. It's not one that I wish I had. I think I do a good job at making people laugh. I love, I love puns. I love little witty remarks. I I love to, that's just kind of who I am. Yeah, I love to see people smile and joke around, and so that's kind of my superpower in life. Number 9, what is one thing that moves you to tears every single time? And it's a 2-part question, so I'll answer that first. So some of you know that I work alongside of hospice. If you don't know what hospice is, I recommend you look that up. I don't really want to get into detail because even mentioning my work sometimes gets me a little emotional. I work with people, and I'm there for people during one of the most vulnerable and intimate times in their lives, and that is them passing on and giving them comfort care during that time. And it is one of the biggest honors that I've had. It's one of the saddest honors that I've had. I'm getting to know people's families. I'm getting to know all about strangers' lives and the things that, just their story. I'm building a connection with somebody who is inevitably very soon ready to pass away. And, I'm comforting that person in many different facets. I'm probably, when I think about it, I'm probably, in most cases, sometimes the last voice, the last face, the last words that they take with them when they are continuing their journey in death. And it's an extremely emotional and extremely complex, it's just, I just can't even really put into words. Yeah, it's just very difficult. But it's something that I love, this is my job, and it's sometimes hard to separate myself, which comes into the second part. What is something you admire in others that you wish you could in yourself? And that is to separate work from home life, or work from social life. It is very hard for me sometimes to say no to work. It's sometimes very hard for me to just take time for myself, knowing that somebody needs me. I don't have that boundary that I should have when it comes to work. If I'm called in or if I'm needed, regardless of what my day already looks like and my plans that are already made, I'm going to be going into work. And that's something that I wish that I didn't have, that I wish I could just say, no, I'm not available. But I could not enjoy the rest of my day knowing that I was needed somewhere and that I didn't go. That is very hard for me. So I really admire people that have boundaries when it comes to their work. That's something that I wish to have one day. So that is all 9 questions. This tag was honestly it really got me thinking down to my core. So what a fabulous tag. Thank you so much, Renee. And look, I was able to multitask. It may not be the best dressing job, but I was able to powder him and dress him. And I think he looks so cute. What do you guys think? Here's my little silicone. Oh, you can kind of see his vein in his forehead. Isn't he so cute? Oh, you're so soft. You're so soft, Emmett. Yes, you are. I wish I could give you a passy. I don't have any passies that are able to. Maybe this little orange one. Oh, I can just kind of rest it there. Isn't he just so precious? All right, you guys. So I will try to link all of these questions down in the description, and please head on over to Renee's channel so you can see her video and her answers. Her answers were fabulous. You know, you really get to know her very deeply. So yeah, just have fun everyone and be well.